Nowhere else in North America is there a landscape this dynamic, an incredible natural laboratory for the adventurous of mind. Let your curiosity guide you. Do you want to delve into one of the most active tectonic regions of North America? Or peer into restless volcanoes? Or maybe tease apart the interaction of land and sea in tsunami zones? Whether your passion is the challenge of remote fieldwork, the mathematical elegance of natural processes, or the precision of crunching data, the Solid Earth Geophysics programs at the University of Alaska Fairbanks offer opportunities limited only by your imagination. Our research and education aren't the only part of life here at UAF. Fairbanks is a gateway for outstanding outdoor recreation opportunities, as well as a thriving small city. The size of Fairbanks invites participation in anything from the city symphony to a cross-country skiing club. There are many ways to enjoy being a part of this community in the heart of Alaska.
Carl Tape, Associate Professor of Geophysics.
Hi, my name is Dara Mers. I am a field technician.
Hi, I'm Julia Gestrich and I am a fourth year PhD student.
Yeah, I'm Akash Gupta. I'm a first year PhD student here. I'm working in the seismology group.
At UAF, I was hired in 2010. I was coming from a postdoctoral fellowship at Harvard University, and a job opportunity came up.
I'm from Germany originally, and actually moving here to Alaska was my very first time entering the US, and I immediately moved to Alaska, so quite a radical step, I guess.
Why I came to Alaska, the primary reason would be the project that I was selected to work on. I was quite interested in the project. I can see it like having a very larger impact, at least in the scientific field, if I'm able to answer the questions that are like raised in the project's objectives. My advisor, he's quite recognized in the field, and I consider that I'm quite privileged to have an opportunity to work with him.
I moved up here in 2013 to join the Geophysics group with the Earthquake Center, doing a similar job to what I'm doing now as a field technician. So I've been here the whole time I've been in Alaska.
My wife is also a geologist, so the challenge of trying to find career paths that intersected, it turned out that UAF was ideal for both of us.
Fairbanks and UAF really pose this unique opportunity to combine awesome research and really adventurous life.
It was a relatively easy decision. In my own case, the things I was looking for were not to come to Fairbanks, Alaska, but it was actually high performance computing. Happened to be one facet, a requirement for the kinds of work that I do, and to find a place with a strong geophysics program with the facilities I need to do research. Fairbanks happened to be on that list and with a job opening.
Yeah, it was an easy decision coming up here to UAF, the geophysical group. I've always kind of been interested in Alaska and in Fairbanks.
Yeah, it's great. It has been great. The first year has been quite great. I have been able to see quite a few things around. Alaska is very unique for me just because I come from a place which is very close to the tropics, and this is very close to the poles.
There's lots of benefits to working in the Geophysical Institute. Alaska's incredibly diverse, especially with geophysics stuff. Earthquakes specifically, Alaska is the most seismically active state or region in the United States. So it's a great place to be studying earthquakes because they're all around you and there's so many of them and there's so much data and just great stuff to work with.
Why did I start in seismology? So a one-line answer would be definitely earthquakes are intriguing. The idea of earthquake is not that simple as you will have as a child, and then it's personal curiosity to know more about the subject, and just exploring that.
I think the collaborative aspect, Alaska is such a big place, and we are a hub for a wide range of data streams coming in here. You see the satellite facility on top of the building, they're in the woods. We have, for the nation, we have huge amounts of, say, satellite data coming in. For Alaska, all the data streams from these seismic sensors are coming in, geodetic data, there's infrasound data. So all these data streams are the product of a huge amount of really staff-driven effort to establish these fundamental data sets for scientific and operational purposes.
I think this is the as best as it can get. You have the earthquake center right on the just the next door where your lab is. A major thing in seismology is having the data available to you, which you can actually use it for your research. It's I can't ask for more, just to put it in a simple way.
What's really exciting about the university here is there's an intersection of operational science for society as well as fundamental research for these same data sets.
I joined the geophysics group right when I came here, meaning 3 years ago. My research focuses on volcanology, but mostly seismicity and the acoustic waves emitted from a volcanic eruption. This is a great place to study that. We have 54 active volcanoes. Just here in Alaska, I think 3 or 4 are now on an elevated color code. That means they do something. They're not all erupting right now, but they're emitting seismic waves or have thermal anomalies. So there's always something happening here with the volcanoes, and I really get a good insight to that.
I mean, the strongest aspect, and one you don't know before you're hired, is the people you're working with. And this is a very strong point in this group.
Yeah, there are quite a few people that I interact with for my research, starting from my advisor who are actually guiding me. And then definitely I have some colleagues and friends around me who are also working within a very similar domain. Everything, work culture and everything, getting along with colleagues and I would rather call them friends. It's been great here, yeah.
I've seen other academic settings, and because there's a fair amount of overlapping interests in research, there's a natural tendency to work together. And here, we really enjoy each other's company. A group of us go running 3 times a week, where we have time to talk a lot about work. It's sometimes the best time to interact.
So one unique thing about the position I'm in here is that I get both the university side of research, but also the operational side with the Alaska Volcano Observatory. There are a lot of really awesome researchers in both of these groups that can help me with my problems. And for example, with the Alaska Volcano Observatory, we have weekly meetings where we discuss eruptions or activity we observed, and we can always, when we have extra questions for our specific research, there's always someone who wants to help us.
And overall, there's expertise that we rely on to answer some of these questions. What I also really like is the sort of cross-section between students, staff, faculty, postdocs. Everyone has their expertise here, and they're there to talk about it. So I really enjoy having the staff around for some of these operational centers: Alaska Earthquake Center, Alaska Volcano Observatory, Wilson, Alaska Technical Center. Even as we expand out to this, the UARC, which is a university-affiliated research center spanning geophysical detection of nuclear proliferation. These are major entities that sort of encompass the people working here. But I think it's the sort of multi-purpose aspect of the jobs around here, whether it's monitoring, getting data, writing proposals, students taking classes, all of this resides here and makes it for a very diverse and interesting academic interaction.
Create the life you want. From deciphering natural hazards to designing new ways to track the Earth, exploring our planet through the lens of geophysics provides opportunities to make the world safer, more sustainable, and more inspiring. We invite you to be a part of an imaginative community pursuing unique opportunities and world-class collaborative science that makes a difference. Find your place in the Solid Earth Geophysics programs at the University of Alaska Fairbanks.